I am one of them people that no matter what the criticism is, I'm not gonna latch on to it. I'm not gonna buy into it until I see it or play it for myself. When this was announced, people was already hating it because the first Crow, the 1994 one, is beloved. And the hate train started before the trailer even came out. And then the trailer came out, people was clowning it and everything like that because it felt like such a departure from the original. And right from the beginning, I'm like, you got to separate that shit. You know what I mean? It's not going to replace the original, good or bad. So it's not taking that away from you. So let it. Give it time to walk on its own 2 feet. Let's see how it is. You know what I mean? The trailer came out, we saw it. I'm like, the trailer fired to me. I'm like, okay, this has potential. I'm going into it unbiased with an open mind. Even the prep for this, we went ahead and watched the 1994 Crow yesterday, just to kind of get us in the mindset for it. I went into it, so I walked in the movie theater, got my popcorn. I'm like, okay, let's do this, and
Nothing. 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 You just don't turn it off. Nothing. 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 Nothing is over. Nothing. Nothing. You just don't turn it off. Nothing.
yeah. We saw a movie that did a thing. It's unfortunately not memorable at all. And it's when you're doing something like this, it's gonna end one of a few ways. Either it's gonna match the one you've seen before, it's gonna surpass it in a lot of ways because of the technical advancements we've made. Or it's just going to make you want to watch the old one again and say, this is the only one that exists. Unfortunately, with this movie, it's number 3. You know what I mean? And I say that completely unbiased, going into this with an open mind, but it just didn't do it for me. It didn't do it. When it started off, it's obvious that they're going in different directions. They're sticking close to the comic. They're not trying to replicate what the 1994 movie did. And that's fine because there's a lot of Crow stories that they could pull from and a lot of things they could do. So I'm like, okay, let's see what they do. And the things that they did, like when it started, I'm like, okay, I see the direction that they're going. They're building things. Okay, all right. And then, when shit hits the fan, it's just like, what? Like, what? I don't latch on to the negativity because the world is already too negative these days, so you know how that shit goes. But this shit right here, man, damn.
Yeah, you know where I stand when it comes to any and everything. I'm gonna like what I like, not like what I don't like. Like it's
if Wasted Potential was a movie, it'd be this.
It's this.
It would be this because, like, I mean, you have the chance to really make something special, and not some paint by numbers movie that's generic as fuck and feel like it's like kind of glued together just to do what it has to do. Like, I was so bored watching this shit, and that shouldn't be. This is one of those movies that could be crazy. And then we saw some of the action scenes in the trailer. I'm like, oh shit, shit gonna get crazy.
That's
like,
what fucked me up.
Like it could have been really fucking good, and I'm watching this shit and I'm bored out of my mind. I'm like, come on, man. Come on.
I think I was extremely disappointed because we just watched it the night before. We watched the original. So we even came to a pact. We said, we're not going to compare.
Yeah.
What's the point of comparing?
Yeah.
That means we're wasting our time going to the movies if all we're going to do is, well, it better be better. Or no.
Comparison is the thief of joy. So
You can't do that shit.
Yeah.
But I love movies. And if I get bored while watching the shit, that's a problem. If it doesn't hit the way it should,
yeah,
that's a problem. They have nowadays people have way too many options as far as making things look better.
Mm-hmm.
And you mean to tell me the 1994 version totally shitted on this one? Without comparison, I'm just saying like they had what it takes to make it better. Things just didn't hit. The trailer made me think this was going to be some gritty Gotham City shit where you feel the pain.
Yeah.
He didn't even. I'm sorry, I love Skarsgård still, But I didn't feel his pain. I did not feel his pain. I didn't even believe in the villain. I didn't have that, oh shit, yo, he's angry. He's back for revenge and he's not playing with you motherfuckers. Yeah. I didn't feel it. The movie was just, it was an ironing board. Flat. I can't even say it was up and down. I was just upset while watching it. Like, I got to the point where I was like, yo, what's the runtime on this bitch?
I'm very patient. I love to get immersed in movies. When tragedy happens, like, I'd like to get into the mind of the protagonist. I'm like, okay, how does he do this? Like, I know what he's feeling. Like this shit is fucked up. We gotta get vengeance. We gotta get some get back. And this was just so this like I said, paint by numbers movie. Like, it was just so damn. It was just so generic, man. That's what pisses me off. It's just it just didn't have that factor that allows you to get attached to the story and the characters. Now, they started doing some things, and I could see what they were building up. So I'm like, okay, the payoff for this is going to be crazy, but it wasn't crazy. It just wasn't crazy. It had a great cast, but it's just Skarsgård's one of those dudes where if he's in a movie, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be crazy. And so I went into this with a certain level of hype. I overhyped it for myself. I'm like, oh man, he gonna bring something new to the character. And then he was just so held back by the lackluster everything, he couldn't even save this shit. Like, even the action scenes, like, by the time it got to that, I'm like, all right, man. Okay, you killed them. Okay, soared through the thing. All right, man. All right, let's just, come on now. Like, okay, what them end credits look like? Man, that's a damn shame, man. For something like this, that's a damn shame. But when I tell you, just go and watch the 1994 one, and I don't like to be like that, but just go watch that one. That one is superior. And they were dealing with the main character getting killed during the movie. So they had to, like, struggle to put the rest of it together, and that's still a better movie than this. Man, come on. What? I was mad eating my popcorn.
Yeah, like that. So when it comes down, what I start to notice about us not liking certain films, I start to look at the arguments that come in return, where it's like, you guys don't know what you like. You don't know what you want to like. You're crazy for not. Now, this is one of those movies where I won't go back and forth with you. I'll respect your opinion and keep it moving. Because I really didn't like this movie. I didn't sit there and enjoy much of what I thought I would. It's not there for me. This movie was not there for me. It just wasn't. It didn't. The impact was not there. I mean, damn.
This just didn't do it for me. So, final spoiler-free words. If you had any reservations going into this shit, even before you watch the trailer or after you watch the trailer, yeah, man, those reservations are probably, you know what I mean, it's a good reason to not watch this shit. Just, you know what I mean, catch it when it's on streaming or something like that. I mean, if you want to, but you really don't have to, because you're not missing much. And that sucks to say, because I was looking forward to this shit. But it just didn't do anything worthy of saying, I'm like, you gotta go see this shit now. Because nothing about this was, it just wasn't, it wasn't it. It was not it, unfortunately. And I'm hurt to say that. Something like this, you think it'd be a layup, but nope, they fumbled the ball and the ball blew up. That's it. So with that being said, spoilers in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna start with what I did like. Obviously, different story, different setup, because in the 94 one, they're killed at the beginning of the movie. That it's one of the darkest intros to any movie I've ever seen. Like, she's brutally raped, beat the fuck up. Like, it's terrible. It's bad, yo. He shows up, he's beat the fuck up, thrown out the window. It's all bad. So it's like, that shit is so violent. He ends up coming back, like, the Crow's like, nah, fuck this. Them niggas gotta die. So the Crow is on his shoulder the whole time. Yo, we doing this shit. Crow gives him power. And that's another thing. I don't even know what the Crow was in the new one for. Crow didn't do nothing. This one is attached to, you know, his heart and all that. which that may be how the comic was. So I don't want to shit all over that concept, but you know what I mean. In the old one, it's like, you know, the crow is what gives them the power. That's why the crazy bitch tries to take the crow because, you know, they want the power. Blah blah blah. Anyway, the crime is so violent, he ends up coming back because he has to right those wrongs. The people that did this deplorable shit have to fucking die. You know what I mean? So this one, you know what I mean? It starts with, you know, him as a child and, you know, fucked up shit. There's a horse. He's trying to save the horse. Horse ended up dying. So, you know what I mean? Dark childhood. You can see his mom don't give a fuck. She's either cracked out or whatever the fuck. So, you know what I mean? Flash forward to the chick on the phone with the other chick. And she's like, yo, the tape. Someone took the video. Apparently something bad happened. They're not showing us what happened in the video, but apparently the video is bad enough for them to be scared.
Right.
You know what I mean? And dude show up with the Dexter shit, get the other chick, and so she's knocked the fuck out. So you know something bad's gonna happen. So, you know what I mean? The chick is running and she has to pull the smart play and get herself checked into rehab because she runs into the cops, drugs fall out, which I believe was intentional because she knew somebody was after her. She's like, this is the only way I can get the fuck out of here.
Smart.
So I'm like, all right, that's smart. So she ends up going in there. You see Skarsgård, who way older, and, you know, people picking on him, but, you know, he wants to be there because, you know, shit's all fucked up and everything. And you know, they see each other, and, you know, eventually they get the fuck out of there and all of that. And what I did like about this movie is because I love romantic comedies, I love romance movies, shit like that. I'm a hopeless romantic, so I love shit like that. Them building the relationship between these two, I really, really enjoyed because, like, I'm like, okay, they're gonna build this so that when she gets killed, you're gonna feel that loss, and he's gonna be a vengeful spirit, and you're gonna feel what he feels. In my mind, that's what I'm telling myself. You see how bad the people are, like, you know what I mean? You got this dude with the suit on, ASMR whispering to motherfuckers and apparently making them go crazy. So I'm like, okay, there's a supernatural element to this shit. Okay, so it's obviously different because in the older one, there was some, you know what I mean?
Some
Some
street
kingpins.
assholes.
Yeah, some kingpin shit. So I'm like, okay, this one is a little different. So, you know, they doing that could end up being crazy. So, you know what I mean? You see the threat. You don't really buy into it yet, but you're like, okay, this could escalate. So I mean, you know, he doing the ASMR thing and motherfuckers dying in the most graphic ways. So, you know what I mean? So anyway, these two, they get out of there. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, I hope they don't just rush this and she ends up dying. I hope they take time to build this. They did. You know, it shows them doing things and they both are really into each other and on some I can't live without you type shit, which is, you know, it's a little different, but, you know, I actually like shit like that. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I watch movies, you know, and the romance aspect is what draws me in. So I'm like, okay, they really into each other and all this other stuff, and it's going.
And they both go through fucked up shit, so
Yeah.
it made it believable.
So it's going over a course of time where they're doing this. So I'm like, okay, they've actually built this relationship, and it shows how into each other they both are. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now, the flip side of that is when they end up dying, and okay, I don't really want to compare deaths, but these people showed up, put bags over their head, and I'm looking like, okay. They just showed up, they put the bag over their head, they suffocated them, and they died. Which is so much calmer than what happened before. You know, the 94 one, once again, I don't want to compare, but, you know, you kind of have to. And so he goes to the other world, and, like, instead of them tell us what's going on in a better way, you got Captain Exposition show up. It's like, when somebody dies in a violent way, you know, it's like,
And Crow is helping you make it to, and the way he delivered his lines kind of upset me because it's like you're at an audition and you have no energy within you. It's like, yeah, you're dead, so that bird is going to help you get to where you need to go. But if you mad enough,
and in addition to that, it's like he's at an award show with a teleprompter right down there, so he shows up,
Yep.
crowd of applause. When the death is so violent and stuff happens, a crow will, like, come on, man, like, no, that's not how you deliver that shit.
you got all the crows looking up at him like,
Like, what the fuck they do to our movie? Like, they mad the whole movie because they really don't have anything to do with this. They have nothing to do with this because, like, in the old one, he was murking niggas and then putting the crow emblem down there, so you knew who it was. This one, I'm like, why the fuck is it called the Crow? Like, why? Like, there's no other than them, you know, flying every now and then. They really had nothing to do. Like in the old one, the Crow was like on the Batman detective mode shit. It was like a drone. It was scouting the area, seeing what the fuck was going on and everything like that. This one, they just flying because they in the title. They're like, they had nothing to do with the shit. So, you know, Captain Exposition explained the whole thing to him, and of course he has to believe, oh, you're crazy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, he go through the shit, and he's getting fucked up and healing. And I will say the gore is wild, because like when he gets sliced and he has to pop his fucking guts back in. It was graphic, but you know what I mean? Gore without substance, it's just like, okay, I'm just looking at gore for no reason.
Yeah.
It didn't make me feel any better about the movie. I'm like, yeah, you got the gore, but I'm still eating my popcorn. I'm not even bothered by the shit. I'm like, yeah, okay.
You're chilling. And I give you that, because I said the same thing. The gore was on a level of 10. Like, they showed you some shit where it's like, oh shit, I know that hurts. But it still had nothing beside it that made me say, oh shit, we got a film on our... I just wasn't fucking with it. They showed intestines, they showed people's, you know, heads getting chopped off, brains getting blown out, but...
He was a bumbling idiot through the whole movie up until the end.
With that face, I still don't believe.
Like, and I said it walking out of the theater, and I'm going to say it again. I'm going to reiterate this point. He was the pigeon for 75% of the movie. He was the crow for the last 25%. Because he just was... It's like, I'm watching him, the way he's moving, I'm like, come on, man. Come on.
So how about the opera scene? Because to me, I kind of felt like we were waiting for that scene the whole movie.
Yeah.
And then when it happens, it happened. And
by that time, I didn't give a fuck, though.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because it's like, you don't put me through all this shit, and then you want to ramp it up at the end. I'm like, right now, I'm already checked out. Like, I seen this in the trailer, first of all. Mm-hmm. And second of all, I'm like, I don't really care anymore. I don't care. Like, they failed to draw me in. So I'm like, yeah, he's doing this wild shit. But at this point, like, it's too little too late. Now you want to snap when I don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
Nah, man, nah. So, I mean... The changes they made, you know, based on what we've seen before, like, it could have worked, but the execution was so fucked. It was so sloppy. And him just wandering the city and them trying to throw the songs in there to you know, kind of emulate certain feelings. I'm like, nah, it's not really working for me. Mm-hmm. It's not working, because, like, he was like a little kid with powers. Just didn't know how to execute the shit. Like, yeah, you kill them motherfuckers, but... It's just...
You're right, it wasn't...
I don't know, man. They just could have done it better. They could have done it better. I'm a patient motherfucker. I give time... I give things time to ramp up and execute, and slow burn type things I don't have an issue with. But this one right here, the execution was botched since damn near the beginning. Like, you telling me that a bag over the head is the most violent death that caused you to come back?
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man. Now, okay. Now... Do you take that out the equation? So you got Captain Exposition is telling the Crow that, like, this motherfucker, he made a deal with the devil. He ain't supposed to be doing this shit. He's damning souls to hell. Like, this is the worst shit. So maybe that's the reason why, you know, they task him with this thing. Like, all right, I'm gonna give you this power. You go kill all of them. And then when he fails to do that, like, oh, I thought you would have won. Now let me take the bomb back. You don't need it anymore. Just go ahead and die. Like, she's all right. She's in hell. Yeah, she's in hell, but just let her go.
Let her go.
Live the rest of your life in the afterlife.
And even when he saw the video, what she finally did.
That like right there.
That was kind of like, I just can't believe that she did that. And I'm looking like.
I'm trying to put myself in his shoes, because I like doing that, because that's what allows you to get immersed. And I'm looking like, with everything that you've been through, and then seeing that... Like, that was the tipping point for you, where you're like, oh, God, oh, she's not who I thought it was. Yeah. Oh, my God, I can't do this anymore. I don't know if I can do this. I can't do this. Like, come on, man.
I want my baby.
Like, come on, man. Come on.
It seemed like he showed more emotion watching what she did in the video, more than him actually having to come back for revenge. Does that make sense? It's like, once they both died, he came back and knew, okay, I'm going to make things right. He showed more emotion watching what she did in that video. That was like the end all for him. Like, oh, shit. Not the fact y'all both just got murdered. He came back, they said I got to kill y'all, so y'all mind standing still type vibe. Can you just stay there? Like, I don't believe I can heal and shit. The video is what made him go over top. And the emotion, oh, she did, that can't be her.
There was just so many things in this movie that could have been done better. The villain, he was just he. I don't want to say he wasn't a threat, because obviously he was a threat, but he's just one of them. he's such a placeholder villain. Like with the ASMR whispers and people eyes roll in the back of the head and they do some wild
They
shit.
go kill themselves and shit.
I'm like, and some of the acting in this movie, man. Some of the acting. Okay, like Shorty's mom. When he first encounters her and tells her, you know, he plans to get her back, like she's in this. I don't even know what kind of state I can call it. And then she randomly just drops the fucking glass. Oh God! Oh my baby, my baby. It's like,
but you sold your soul. I mean, you sacrificed your baby, though, right?
I'm like,
she did sacrifice her own daughter,
yeah,
right?
because that's what Captain ASMR told her.
Yeah, he was like, well, you made this deal with me. Then all of a sudden, oh, what did I do?
Oh, you want to be with her?
Now that was some gangster shit. That was some Nino Brown shit. Cause he was looking like, hold on, I gifted you. Fuck you. You want to go be with your daughter? Oh no! Oh no!
You a freak, huh? You over there, tongue in the earlobe.
That's what she did. Man. Her eyes rolled back. Next thing you know, she swan time. Like, all right, cool. Like, overall, the movie, I love going to the movies. I do.
Yeah.
I am not a judgmental person. I know it takes a lot of work to put into making a movie. I know it does. I'm not an expert. I'm not the ultimate examiner of a film, but sometimes I just don't like what I watched. I just don't, and I didn't enjoy this. And honestly, I was excited. I had the battle all week by saying I am excited to go see it.
I'm the type, I get immersed. I examine the fuck out of joints. You know what I mean? I like having that conversation, and I like giving things a fucking chance. This right here was a grand waste of my fucking time. It was a grand waste of my time, and I defended this joint going into it because obviously you're not gonna pair it with what other people say. I don't care what Rotten Tomatoes say. I don't care what this person say. That person say. I'm gonna watch it myself and judge it on its own merit and how I feel about it. I saw it. That shit was whack. It was a waste of fucking time, and I could have been changing my cat's litter. I feel like that would have been a better use of my time than watching this joint, man, because I really didn't get anything out of it. Like what and the parts that I did like were so small in comparison to what I didn't like, and I just felt trapped in the fucking seat. I'm like, okay, when's it over? Whenever I start looking at my watch, I'm like, damn, they fucked up. Because I don't do that. I don't do that. And when I do it in the film, that means it's just wasting my fucking time.
Yeah,
that's it. Now, what I do want to talk about what everybody else is like, people that have seen it, I want to know what they think about it, and if y'all liked stuff, what did you like? And if you didn't, what didn't you like? And I know that list is gonna be long as fuck. I want to have a conversation with people to see exactly what they thought. Because me, going into this thing with an open mind, that fuck, they kicked me in the nuts.
Shit. For those who might come on here and say they actually enjoyed it, kudos to you. I'm not gonna disrespect you and say, why the fuck? Let me know why you liked it. I'm gonna sit here and listen. I'm gonna listen, and I will respectfully decline.
I know there's gonna be a lot of people that watch this that haven't seen the OG
original,
Crow,
okay,
because that's 1994. That's a lot of people weren't even fucking born. So, and a lot of people don't want to go back and watch older movies because the effects are a little rough or whatever. You know what I mean? So they just go, they watch the new shit. I think even people that have no connection to it and that have never watched the old one, I don't even think they'll like this because like it's just so generic. It's not really worth raving about. But either way, I want to know what other people think because I know what I think, and I wasted my fucking time. Like I wanted to just to get out of the fucking theater, get in the car, go home. I didn't want to do a video talking about this shit, but you know what I mean? Gotta fucking do it. So here we are. Shit was whack. The shit was whack. The end. Wasted my fucking time. You know what I mean? Just go watch the older one. I mean, fuck it. Just do that. If they wanted to do something like this, they knew what they were up against. So you're telling me that people are gonna shit on you because you're making another Crow, and when the old one is so beloved. You're telling me this shit, and even going into it, this is the best you can do. The public is already against you. You know it. This is the best you can fucking do. You had the elements to make it good. It started off, going in a different direction that could have been really, really dope. And you just failed to execute. Come on, man. You gotta stop wasting people's time. You gotta do better. You've got to do better.
Oh, okay. Nope. That was right there.
Egg, come on. You know what time it is? Run that. Egg. Don't get it first. Hey, motherfucker. Hey, what the hell you... Everything in this game is crazy. Man, what the fuck? Another thing that's annoying is when you're watching an instructional video, whether it's a tutorial or assembly video, and then the person turns it into like a video diary. Like they're telling you what happened in their life. I'm like, listen, no offense. I don't give a fuck about you. I'm here for the thing. Just show me how to put the shit together. I don't care what you ate. I don't care about the argument you had with your girl, your wife, whatever. Just put the shit the fuck together, please. And don't skip shit. Okay, I'm done.